Dubai Fashion Festival was this week's most exclusive party in town. The city's biggest spenders were given personal invitations to watch Russian models strut the catwalk. But at the non-alcoholic cocktail party, the smiles were deceiving. Many of the people in this room, property moguls, investment bankers, and their wives and girlfriends, have lost millions in the last few weeks. The global recession has burst Dubai's property bubble. Veronica Chapman, an estate agent, is one of Dubai's longest-standing British residents. It was a very different place when she arrived 30 years ago.
There was no ACs in every hotel or every room, like there is now. There was 3 roads, virtually main roads. It was all sand and desert. There was no milk, no bread.
An Emirati property developer arrives to show us how far the real estate market has fallen. He asked for his face not to be shown on camera, but as we drive, he says he fears for the future.
Not only me, even people are worried about the future, because you see the towers, the projects, the villas in Dubai. So, there are many stages which are not completed in Dubai.
The villa he wants Veronica to rent is prime real estate in a gated community. A few months ago, this villa would have cost £90,000 a year to rent. Now, the asking price is £60,000. Banks, crucial to Dubai's economy, are not lending. Half of all construction projects have been put on hold. The stock market has fallen 70%. And, although the government here denies it, thousands are being made redundant each week. Simon Murphy is one of the few Britons still smiling.
And despite what's going on around the world, we've still got a great deal of affluence and a great deal of optimism in the area. Over the last 5 or 10 years, Dubai has done particularly well, and so people have heard this story about the streets are paved with gold type scenario. Unfortunately, those people who've come here in the last 6 or even 12 months have caught the sort of perfect storm that's hit the rest of the world. Eagles fly with eagles, they say, and you get that mix of people who are always going to look for the positive, and if the goalposts move, they're going to look for the next opportunity. So there's still a very positive outlook here.
But there is another story to Dubai. Meet the men who built this city. Hundreds of thousands of labourers from the Indian subcontinent work on Dubai's construction sites. With work drying up, they are no longer needed. By the side of the road, I meet Joel and Imran, 2 Bangladeshi farmers. They earn £25 a week on a building site. The agent that brought them here promised they would earn 3 times as much. They tell me they took out loans in their village to pay the agent. Now they can't pay him back. Further down the road, this is the image the Dubai government does not want you to see. By the time you watch this footage, Jasvinder Singh will have returned to India, where the loan sharks will be waiting. As the men gather round, they tell me that 250 a day are being rounded up from this street, placed on buses and sent to the airport. Night falls. The men load their bags onto pickup trucks and say goodbye. These men, not rich British expatriates, are the real victims of the global recession. Men who left their families, their friends, the lives they knew, not for fast cars or beachside villas, but for a yearly salary that won't buy you a meal in many of Dubai's restaurants. These are the men who turned sand dunes into a metropolis. Now they're leaving with nothing.